you've come and you've said to me that you don't like what I'm saying. It's no mind tricks. You don't like what I'm saying.
Like the way the conversation flowed.
You're all right to not like the way a conversation flowed, but did you take away the jewels of what the two people were saying? Or did you just judge me and be like, rah, 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 I'm not feeling... And when it comes down to being in my face, you can't quote back anything I've said that you dislike.
You said to grow tomatoes and stuff on the 12th floor, the 14th floor on the windowsill. And I was like...
What, did I say that was the solution?
That we all deal with is debt. So you understand how the financial system works. You know that
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, hold on. That's what I said. I said I'm down for the books, I'm down for the growing dashing, I'm down for this, I'm down for help, I'm down for all of that. I've already said that. So we've agreed on more things than we've disagreed on. We'll be both.
He says, do not call him the word coon.
Because I'm not a coon. Because I'm not a coon. In fact, a man that doesn't think for themselves, doesn't question things, just because of the colour of someone else's skin, I will call them the coon. I stand on my principle. I'm a black man. I'm from a black family. Like,
why are you trying to film though? But why are you doing it?
Listen, forget about that. It won't get your face. Listen, we're not, listen, but this is the thing. You don't like that, but I'm prepared to go on camera and defend and debate and conversate and discuss with another black man. And I'm prepared to do that because I know that it's not a hatred thing. Yeah? It's just us trying to challenge each other to get the best out of, that's not cooning, bruv. See, people want to jump on and coon. I could look at many people's personal lives and tell them about cooning. You see me, yeah?
What's your definition of a coon, though?
Your definition of a coon is someone that disagrees. My definition with a coon is a sellout. My definition of a coon is a sellout. My definition is someone that panders to white people. Yeah? So they are afraid to be as black or as natural, as real as they can be because they want to fit into a box. So I would call somebody that when white people are around, I'm like, oh, well, no, I don't want to say that because I don't want to disturb them, or I don't want to upset this lot, or I don't want to do the... I would call that a coon.
Would you?
That's what I would call a coon. Somebody that is washed out, is a sellout. Yeah? So for instance, I would say that Barack Obama was a coon. Yeah? Now, he's got a lot of chat about economics, about this, about world peace, about blah, blah, blah. However, he's a coon. Yeah. You can't compare Barack Obama to me saying, Barack Obama's coonery, to me saying to Raven, well, I don't think that economics is the key to our liberation as people. I think it's a sound argument. I think it's a sound argument. It's based on fact and reality. And if anything, those that don't hear the reality in what I'm saying, they ain't got their minds around it. So they want to just get richer. They don't want to get free. It's simple.
But I want to ask you this. You're saying that, okay, you don't subscribe to the word coon, you don't think you come under that category.
I know I'm not a coon. I know I'm not a coon.
Then, why is it that all the Muslims, especially the Muslims, all run behind you and champion you on?
They don't, because
you know why?
You know why? You know why? Yeah. One, I do not disrespect their beliefs, and I don't believe what they believe. So they understand that. Two, I come to them on a level of humanity. And you're a human to me, bro. Like, there's many Muslims I don't like. There's certain man I'd see on road and I'd knock out. Because I'm that kind of brother. I'd knock you out on road. Okay. I would do that if you offend me in a certain way. Yeah. You understand? So I can relate with people. That's it. For them, because I'm a black man and I'm not here to say, oh yeah, Kemet is all-knowing and blah, blah, blah. Because I'm not banging on Kemet or on, I don't believe in religion. So Kemet is another religion. Of course it is. They have a spiritual practice. Yes? They have a belief system. Yes?
You know what?
They have documentation, right? Yeah? They have culture. Yeah? So as far as I'm concerned, Kemet is a religion. I also believe that scientism is a religion. I also believe that politics is a religion. So I'm using the word as this is something that people adhere their lives to. Yeah? It's something that people live by, right?
I'm hearing you.
That's what I'm saying.
When I ask them, why do they champion you on and cheer you on, I ask them every night in Google Hangouts. Yeah. They say because you say the things that they want to say but don't feel comfortable saying. So to me, that will come across as you're doing the talk for them.
That's me.
Because you're a black man going against another black man.
I'm not going against no black man.
Not in a violent way.
But I don't go against black people.
It looks like that.
No, it don't. Because you know what? Do you know what it is? I don't go against black people. All I will do is challenge something I don't agree with.
But I can only tell you
so
how
whether you're black or white or whatever, what you're seeing is I don't go and chat to a lot of white people because I'm not very interested in the white groups. I don't want to go.
Notice, look, notice. You know why? Because you're their mouthpiece. Notice. Notice.
These don't know me.
I know, but
do you know me? Do you know me? Have you seen me anywhere before? I don't get why you're saying that.
Because
I don't know them.
Mouthpiece.
They're just
and
people.
And they love it to see when black people are going back and forth.
But we're not though, we're conversating.
Yeah, but they like that.
So
they love that.
Why are you so concerned with what they're doing?
I don't entertain these fools.
Well, they don't then. I didn't notice them until you spoke about them.
I can see
I'm
them.
chatting to you.
And look, when they know I call them out, they will move. That's
Bruv,
what we need
just
to
feel
do
embarrassed,
every time.
Bruv.
We need
they
to
just
call
feel
them
embarrassed.
out every time.
Call who out? They honestly, fam, yeah, they saw people talking, they saw a big black brother talking, said, what's he chatting about? They're going to go and stand next to the next person that looks interesting. They ain't got an agenda. Come on, man. It's just someone. Like, they wanted to know what he was talking about. So you called them out and they ran off. That's cool, but I don't really see how that's going to work for us anyway. What are we doing?
Because we need to have our own conversations.
Then
we don't need to include them. That's my thing.
Then you go somewhere private.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah?
I agree.
But then you don't go to a public forum like Speaker's Corner, like black people originate speakers. You go somewhere else and you go and chat. You ring me and you say, right, just come down, I want to chat with you. Right, let me get Jedi's number, let me find out what he's about. Rather than go on another public forum where it's YouTube and write fuckeries about me.
Who writes that?
You.
Hey, who am I? Who am I?
You.
Who am I? Who am I?
No.
Who am I?
Who are you?
Yeah.
What do you mean, who are
Who
you?
am I in the public forum?
No, you've got an account on YouTube, right?
Who am I?
Have you got an account on YouTube?
No, who am I? You just made an assumption.
You
just made an assumption. Who am I?
All right, cool.
Cool.
Look, I'm not going to go and call no one out, yeah?
Okay.
I'm not going to call no one out.
Okay.
But clearly, clearly, just now we just had an exchange.
Yeah.
And then I went to a man and said, rah, I don't understand what I've done to the Sister Ruth,
You ain't done nothing to me.
I understand.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying,
Yeah.
I don't understand what I've done to the Sister Ruth.
Yeah.
I went to give her a hug. I clocked a little vibe. I said, rah, walk on. I said, walk on. She said, we'll chat. And then that brother, who has not backed me on anything I've said on camera, that brothers that you like, I said, she has actually been chatting shit about you still. So as far as I'm concerned, that's just happened in the last 10 minutes, Ruth. Yeah? So it's not that I'm making assumptions about you or whatever, or I'm watching what you're saying. I've got love for you. But I've realised that, bro, obviously you've got another view of me. That's why I kind of came over to you and said, bro, walk on.
I have a view of what I see on YouTube. Like I said, I've not actually spoken to you like that. But I have been watching the YouTube and I'm not happy, like I said to you earlier.
What is it you're not happy about, though?
The way that the conversations are flowing.
Which
like,
ones?
There's no, it's like you're missing something or something's missing. Something ain't there, there's no connect.
But why do they have to connect? I don't get. It's conversation. It's just a conversation.
We're not saying you can't ask questions or you don't have to.
You're not going to be worried.
Agree. No one ain't saying that.
You're not going to
What
worry.
I'm saying is the perception that's been put out there and how it looks
what
and
I
stuff.
want,
And
man.
that's what I'm talking about. No, it's a majority perception.
Who's the majority? You can't speak for the majority.
I am a viewer. I'm speaking for the majority.
But you being a viewer doesn't make you the majority.
I'm on the Google Hangouts. I talk. I conversate with people.
Cool.
That is the majority.
But those people are not the majority.
Know
But a Google Hangout is not the majority of people that watch. Like you've not spoken. For instance, my debate with him, is like 3,000 views. Have you spoken to 3,000 people?
I'm speaking to people that are here in the
I
UK,
get that.
people abroad, people
Have you spoken
everywhere.
to 3,000 people?
No.
All right. So therefore, you're not spoken to the majority.
Well, I'm speaking to the people
You
that
understand?
are giving their
Do
opinions.
you get what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
I think what's more constructive to establish what you guys agree on. That's what I want to talk about. So with me, it's trying to form tangible ways to let them get together, to have that conversation. Would you say that's constructive?
Yeah. I would say that tangible ways for black people to get together is constructive.
However,
though, I would point out that I don't know about you and you lot. Maybe I'm just advanced, but I do that every day. Every part of my life is me bringing other black people together to talk about constructive shit.
Well, good.
Like every single day, and it's not been for the last 5 years, the last 10 years.
So
Anytime I get together with someone else, I'm gonna chat about something constructive.
Right.
So it's not like a mission statement. It's my default setting.
So the thing I'm pushing is a structured way of doing that, meaning actual structure. So there's certain pillars in place where black people can go to get assistance in things they need.
That's cool, and that's your group. But like, I don't have anything against your group, brother.
No, I never said you did.
Yeah?
I never said you did.
I have nothing against your group.
As a black man, you can always join. You don't have to.
The only thing that I've ever disagreed with Raven on is about economics.
Yeah.
So maybe you've perceived it wrong.
I never even heard the economics one, to be honest.
You didn't hear the economics, then you definitely haven't watched our debates. You definitely haven't through its entirety, because that has been the underpinning subject. Would you not agree?
To be honest,
would you not agree?
That's what we've been talking about.
Thank you.
But all I'm saying is,
for you to say you don't like how
leaving the system. That's what I mean. To me, that's not economics. Do you see my point? Okay.
What's not economic?
Well, leaving the system. That's economics to you.
All right. Let me explain myself. I don't think that you're.
No,
I don't know. I don't think
you're
listening.
I think she's.
That's what I'm on about.
She's referring to the time you said let's get taped.
Yeah. What about it? What's that got to do with what? With what?
That's what I'm thinking. Is that your economics plan?
I didn't say I had. You know what? Yeah. Honestly. Wait. You said to me, that you've watched our exchanges, and you don't like how they come across. So I'm assuming that you've watched them to their entirety, and you actually know what we've been speaking about. It's coming across now that you haven't.
No, I have.
Because if you had, you'd know what my stance is on economics.
I get your stance.
You don't, man.
Yeah,
and that to me makes you look dodgy.
No, I get your stance here, but my problem is this.
Have you said negative things about me?
I've said this
Have you said negative things about me on the internet?
I said in the comment section to you blatantly. I write your name.
Have you?
Yeah. All right.
Yes, you have. Okay, cool.
All right, Jedi. This makes no sense. Jedi. What is the end game? Jedi. Stop talking. That's what I wrote.
So you've messaged me what? How many times?
In content, I've been look in the comment section.
On content to me directly.
That's what I'm wanting to do.
But she said that she's watched the videos.
But I want you to tell me.
And in total, they come up to nearly 4 hours worth of her saying, Jedi, stop talking. So that means I'm talking, yeah? So I'm talking, but you're not listening because you have no idea of what I'm saying.
No, I hear what you're
you don't
saying.
grasp,
I just
you
don't
don't
hear an end game. That's what I'm trying to say.
The end game. What do you want in the end?
No, it's not about what I want.
It is.
It's about you putting.
I've said the end game, but it's not obviously not what you want to hear.
Jedi, well listen.
What do you want in the end? I'm asking you a question.
No, but listen to me. 1 second. If you're going to be out there and you're going to be like saying, okay, he's got a plan, but the plan's not tangible for you, and this is how it should be, then if it should be that way, what is the end game when you get that way?
I never said his plan. I never said his plan's not tangible. We just disagree.
No, I'm saying.
We just disagree on the economics.
Okay.
He agrees on what I'm saying. Yeah. He just reckons that what I'm saying is step 17. Yeah. I've said this to you already. So you could ask him what it is because he actually agrees. So he agrees. No, but if you're talking about step 17, that means that I'm closer to the end than where he wants to start by his own admission.
Well, it's like this. I made it clear, right? I'm about getting as many black people as possible, construct black people together to work on solutions.
Yeah.
Now, this is one solution. You might have one solution. Brother's got one solution. But if we're not together talking about it, how are we going to reach that solution?
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm talking about structure, innit? And one of my issues is trying to help black people achieve better structure and discipline. That's what it is.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's what
I've got no problem with black people achieving better structure and discipline.
Well, there you go.
I've never had a problem with anything. I've not had a problem with none of that. But you've come and you've said to me that you don't like what I'm saying. It's no mind tricks. You don't like what I'm saying.
Like the way the conversation flowed.
You're all right to not like the way a conversation flowed. Yeah. But did you take away the jewels of what the two people were saying? Or did you just judge me and be like, rah, 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 I'm not feeling... And when it comes down to being in my face, you can't quote back anything I've said that you dislike.
You said to grow tomatoes and stuff on the 12th floor, the 14th floor on the windowsill. And I was like...
What, did I say that was a solution? Or did I say some people do?
You said some people need to get skills. That's what I heard you say. And I was like, yeah, I'm agreeing with that. Yeah. But not everything is about skills. So what I'm saying is if we're going to have some people do skills, some people do, I don't know, economics, some people do, I don't know, law, whatever. There has to be an end game. Cool. Everyone gets all these skills.
I'm asking you.
What do we
let me ask you this question for the second time, yeah? What do you want in the end?
I want black people to stop relying on others, get themselves together, stop going on this, oh, whoa, it's me business. I'm done with all that bullshit. Stop inviting others in, handle our own, and keep it moving. That's what I'm on. Point blank, period.
And what I was talking about was black people becoming free, which to me sounds different from what you're saying. because all of that is possible, I suppose, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe all of that is possible without being free. So what my thing is about being free from the system, not being in a better position within the system. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So this is why I differ on his views on economics. You get that part, yeah? I don't disagree with books and literature and health and well-being and self-esteem and unity. I don't disagree in none of that. I don't disagree in wanting to see black people do better. I'm down for that. I want to do better. I want to see my kids doing better. I want to see you lot do better. What I don't believe is that we are going to get free, in this system.
So that's the only thing I've had a problem with.
But I've said that throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, so my thing is
and I've said opt out. If you want to get out of the system, opt out. You're not. How? I've already said it to you.
Yeah,
you repeat it to me, and then you're like, oh well.
Raven, someone says to you, opt out.
Yeah.
Opt out how? Without me putting myself and everybody else around me in problems.
You may be in problems.
How?
You may be in problems.
That's why
there's not going to be a soft.
It has to be tangible. But that's why I've said tangibility is so important for black people, because tangibility is a step-by-step guide of betterment. You know, a tangible plan. And I'm not disagreeing with what the brother's saying. It's good. But I'm saying, when you're dealing with the masses, is what I'm doing, you need to have tangible solutions. And that's why I would say step 17.
So as far as I'm concerned,
jail,
so for me, let's get real. Let's get real, yeah? If you want to be free, actually free, and you want your children and your children's children to actually free, you may have to risk going to jail. You may have to risk, being uncomfortable. If you want to elevate in this system and play it by the rules, and reap the rewards, just carry on.
And this is what I'm
just
saying,
but it's two different things.
And this is what I'm saying.
Elevating
Every time you've spoken before, you've never once said this.
I have.
You
haven't.
I have. You have never said
that.
You've never.
Hold on. Wait.
Has he said this?
You're saying. Wait. You're saying that I have never said,
You got a risk of being. You've never said that. Even in the comment section.
Hold on. Am I going mad or something? So I've never said, that it may get shitty doing things my way. Have I not? I said, I've said it a million times. You're not listening to me properly, you know? I know for sure. I'm giving you a chance, Ruth. And I know for sure.
You ain't giving me nothing, because hear what? People are saying, even if you look in the comment section, I've seen you reply
I don't care,
to the people,
they're ignorant people.
I've seen you reply, though. I've seen you.
Intelligent people will watch the footage and it's Intelligent people will watch footage in its entirety, and assess it based on what the two parties have said. Not what they believe, or not what they didn't understand, or not what didn't make sense to them. What they have said. And if you listen to what I have said, you will understand that everything I'm saying to you now is contained in those two discussions with Raven. Everything. I'm not saying anything new. I'm not saying
another subject matter.
You can move on to what you want, but I'm talking to the sister. I don't mind, but I'm actually enjoying engaging with the sister.
It's all good.
I'm happy with that. She wants to talk about this. You understand?
Don't worry.
So she's got the right to dictate what she wants to chat about. And I'm happy to answer that, because I can say, well, do you know what, I can defend myself. I can stand up on what I've said and said, all right, let's break down what I've said. I have said, that it's either you want to break out of the cell, or you want to make yourself comfortable, I've said that I would rather die in the act, of leaving the prison than living my life comfortably within the prison walls. These are all statements I've made, and many others in our exchange with him, in my exchange with Raven. So as far as I'm concerned, you haven't listened carefully enough. Because
that particular video, because I heard you say that.
There's only two videos of me and him chatting that I'm aware of. Well, the ones that I have anyway. So that's it. So ones that come from a different angle and blah blah blah, catch half. I weren't really happy with the conversation that was caught on content over everything, because it came in at an awkward place. And what you don't see is I'm having a conversation with some guys, and Raven, my brother, comes up and wants to engage in conversation with me. So it seems like Jedi's on Raven again. But it weren't that. Exactly. Raven's actually on Jedi again. This is the third time. This is the second time that the Raven has approached me You understand? While I'm talking.
Listen, I was
Look,
here,
I got no
was
problem with it.
I was cool fooling her.
No problem, no problem, no
I was
problem.
cool fooling her, bro.
But that's, I'm just trying to highlight that because people that don't take due diligence and do not look properly, do not listen properly, and they make snap judgments, they often become undone. Because you come to me and made a statement, and now hopefully I've rectified that for you, so you realise, well, Jedi actually has.
We made a bit of progress. This much.
Go on, my brother.
On that note, because what it is, I saw the video between Raven and yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And in my opinion, you're both right.
Yeah.
Because if you look at other communities, right, they use their economic powers. To live their life, to live their own reality. So they're working within the system.
Yeah.
So again, that's what we need to do as well. All right, because what Raven's saying is, let's get our economic game up first.
Yeah.
All right, and then we can define our own reality.
And what I'm saying is, as rich as you want to be.
No, hold on. And then we can define our own reality as we seem fit.
Yeah.
Because that's what other communities do.
I understand.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand that aspiration to do that. However, what I'm saying is, sometimes I feel like brothers are not realistic enough about
we have to work covertly in the system.
Remember, we talk about tangibility, yeah?
But you're both on the right path.
All right.
That's what it's saying.
Remember we talk about tangibility, yeah? When I give these certain analogies, I think it goes over some people's heads, yeah? When we talk about tangibility, you are talking about being within the system that is designed to oppress you. Yeah. Do we agree that this system is a white supremacist system designed to oppress the melanated beings of this earth?
I agree.
So then how are you going to work within that well-structured system to attain freedom?
That part you got a point in that part.
Because it's
country. So you get people that think you get people that think the system of white supremacy is a country. Yeah? It's world rascal at one. So when we talk about tangibility, Jedi. What? Jedi, go on, my brother.
There's my brother right there. How you doing?
People are arguing with you. See energies. Once energies get polar, people lose clarity.
Yeah.
Now, if I leave here, I can go to Africa.
Yeah.
This country is a manufacturer of movies and fictional books.
Okay.
So, Weapons of Mass Destruction was a movie with fireworks. Now, there were no weapons of mass destruction. I might have been an Iraqi, I've gone home, I'm going to fall a victim to white supremacy. Now, when those bombs drop, I'll tell you something, I'd rather be outrunning a van on the embankment. I've got better chances than outrunning 5 million of bombs. It is not possible. You're going to look at ashen ground, scorched earth. That is the system of white supremacy. It's a military-industrial complex. So you cannot run it. So when we're talking about separating from the system...
You're going to crush it.
No, 1 minute.
Okay, so...
No, stop. 1 minute. 1 minute, because we was on clarity now. 1 minute. We were on clarity now. No, 1 minute. Stop, kid.
Keep going, brother. Keep going, because you're making my point.
Go on, brother.
So the point being is, where you are talking about, I am actually living.
Yeah.
I run my own business, which is self-sustaining.
I've seen you on Black Eyes TV.
I homeschool my son.
Yeah.
So you cannot now touch me. I'm free to say what I like.
What I want to do.
So at this period of my life, I chose to set up a think tank, which is to erect institutions. Because we've got to stop being emotive. There is a reason the nation of Islam has lived as a nation inside of a nation and not been toppled. Because they have their own infrastructures, they have their own educational system.
And Farrakhan is a very dubious character.
1 minute, now stop, now brother, let me finish talking.
He is though.
Brother, we are dealing with, we're dealing with characters now.
You're going to say why, sorry my brother, one second.
Take
Please
your time.
Remember what you were saying. I don't want to interject.
No, I'm not
but
impatient. I took 43 years to get it.
Nation of Islam is a nation within a nation, and the reason they've not been toppled is because of their establishment of what was the word you used? Infrastructure. I'd say it's also because they are not the threat that people may perceive them to be.
Now I'm going to give you the why.
Their leader.
No, I'm going to give you the why.
Same establishment.
I'm going to give you the why.
Go on, my brother.
No, not part of their establishment.
Yeah.
Now you see, I have put together a consortium of educators who are creating an African Caribbean educational curriculum now for us, which is an institution because our children need educate in a different way, which is a rites of passage, emotional literacy, financial literacy, on an African-centered way of thinking. Now, we're not asking anybody for that. We are doing it already. The teacher is an MBE Ofsted head who's headed up that educational curriculum. Now, I put the non-traditional educators with MBE? Her. I don't care about the empire. I know what she did to get there. I do. I hear you. But when I tell you she is one of us, semantics anyway, I will finish my point. Opinion, brother. I'll finish the point. So we are erecting the institution of an African Caribbean curriculum that will take our children from 3 to 17. Excellent. So when young people come into school, I am my brother's keeper and my sister's protector from 3 to 17, they're learning to be a nation. Now there's a reason we start with the African Caribbean educational curriculum, because you know what it leads to? An African codes of conduct as you get older. You see, laws are absolutes. Red means stop, amber means get ready, green means go. So do you know what our law of absolutes comes on, this universal system? Because red, stop, amber means get ready, green means go. That's universal, right? Red, except for the places black, where there's no traffic lights. Red, just colours. Black and green. Universal, yeah? Red, black and green is our flag that we observe as Pan-Africanists. So now, as you start to erect these institutions, we can't be romantic. And you see, sometimes you can be tied to ideas that don't ground in reality. Because there are many things that separate us. This one's peanut, that one's midnight, I'm yellow. This is not what's important. Do you know what's important? Is that as melanated displaced Africans, we have a commonality where we operate as a nation wherever we are, with a set of economics that serves us, where we can practice nationhood wherever we are. Then we're not running anywhere. Because when I land here, you think the same as Europeans do. This is my country because my foot is here. And I'm going to do what I want. Because we have our own institutions and we're protected. We have our own routes of moving our money, our own economics, which is digital, which is outside of their system, which means we don't need to use any of their exchange houses.
What is it? Cryptocurrency? What is it?
It's one of the methods. I'm not going to go into detail now because there are certain things that are being established now. But the technology is all there and it's been created. So what I will say as well, I'm going to give you something now, which is our money that we own, that we're going to access next year. And so I'm going to give a shout now. I'm going to give you something.
I don't know what you are talking about, but I know you do.
I know you don't. I do. So when I finish talking,
this ain't the forum for you to give me more detail.
I'm going to give you the scoop. But I know I'm patient because I waited 43 years to get it. I'm not rushing. I'm not in a rush. If you're not in a rush, it will take me 30 seconds. Every business can donate 100% of their taxable income. Every black business should pull its taxable income out of the economy to donate to one charity with a property portfolio fund, so we start clapping local authority buildings around the country. Last November, they changed the legislation. Every commercial building is for sale, every residential business is for sale, which don't make no sense you getting petitions to fight for your community centre. It's for sale, at auction, for cash. So as we extrapolate our black taxation, tax for reparations, we're talking about reparations, Lego the begging, tax, we're going to take back our tax, capital T, AX, number 4, capital R, reparations. Put that hashtag into Twitter tomorrow. Get me 10,000 numbers, get it trending. Because in Uncle Sam, they can do the same as us. We do it here. Now we start to operate as a nation. Clapping buildings with institutions. Our schools, our chambers of commerce, you have a trisector. You see this triangle? We've got our schools, we educate our own children with our own curriculum. We have a chambers of commerce. All the local black businesses belong to that chambers of commerce. Now they financially underpin our community. They have a communication with the school. Then you have a community centre, which has a conference centre, small cinema, and conference facilities that are rent to the community at a local rate. That is for community cohesion. So So you got the economics, you got the education, you got the cohesion. I'm not running nowhere. Not because I was born here, not because I'm English, because I'm not shook. I'm finished. I don't know if that fits in with getting out of their system.
Respect. And I appreciate your candid sharing of your thing.
It's not mine.
Respect, my
it's
brother.
everybody's.
Everyone's.
Like the tax. Let's take it back.
So I very much agree with a lot of what the brother was saying. I can't really fault anything that you're saying. You obviously thought out what you're doing, and I wish you luck. Do you know what I mean? If there's any way that I can support what you're doing, that's great.
You just did
now. All right, but I will broadcast it and I'll put it up. Now, apart from that, what we were talking about, what me and you were talking about, was about. I'm not starting on you, man. I'm not starting on you. All I'm saying is, all we was talking about was freedom, And what me and Raven was talking about was freedom. You know what I'm saying? And that's freedom from the system. Now, I'm not looking to further my position within the system. I'm not looking for systematic or systemic elevation. I'm not looking for financial elevation, I'm looking for systemic liberation. So I want to be free from the system that governs us all. And I want to return to the laws of the land, and what some people refer to as God's law. I want to be, and I need to be, a sovereign being. That means I can govern myself and rule myself. Now I do not believe that in this system today we will be able to practice that level of self-governance. So my thing is, we need to destroy and or opt out of this system. Whichever comes
Let's
first.
not talk about destroying this system, brother.
I'm not talking about destroying.
An army with
I'm not talking about destroying the system. What I'm talking about is opting out. And what I think a lot of people, what I think a lot of people believe is that if you try to opt out, it's then going to incur an effect, and it's going to incur a chain of events that's going to mean that what you perceive to be your freedom and liberty is going to be taken away. However, your freedom and liberty is already gone.
That's a movie.
It's already gone.
Most people, it's a movie.
You understand? That's how a lot of people see it, If they opt out of the system's going to fight tooth and nail to keep them, and they're going to use military force to force you to go to work and pay your taxes.
No.
Now, all I'm saying is, that's not true.
It's not feasible.
How do you know that's not true?
It's not feasible.
It's not true.
But how? Have you tried and tested it?
They're going to kill everybody.
Have you tried and tested it?
All right, because it's not realistic. I can't say it's not true. It's not realistic,
Let's keep it 100. Stop cooning.
For all.
Go on anyway.
For all the. Who's cooning? You. Because for me, the thought of opting out. For me, the thought of opting out the system, doesn't sound coonish to me.
No.
For me, trying to use the system and manipulate the system so that it does you a good service after all the fuckeries it's done, you're going to be happy to remain in the system if you are on an equal pegging with the same slave master.
Take the system out of it and talk about legislation.
You understand?
But
this is what the discussion was.
Yes.
Because we were trying to establish what the difference, or what my disagreement between me and Raven was based on. Because I think the young sister didn't really understand Wagwan. After 4 hours of us conversating and her leaving comments, she obviously didn't really.
You want to get the passion high.
She obviously didn't really take it on board. Do you know what I mean? So that's all I was trying to establish. So everyone's free to chat. Let me record it, what everyone wants to chat about. Cool.
Yeah, you can leave the system, but you have to leave the country first.
You don't.
But you can't leave. But you can't leave
the system by living.
Do you understand the system?
No, you can't.
And I've been trying to tell him this for hours now. We can leave the system.
Right.
What does he think's going to happen once we leave the system? He said, there might be a little bit of prisons, there might be a bit of trouble, but what is his end game? Because you try to, we as a mass, leave the system.
No, I'm actually talking to you and him.
Yeah.
Don't discount the elders' words, yeah? All right? And one thing we've got to understand, if he says that's his way of opting out, let him opt out by going to another country. Don't discount that. We should have strategy. Some of us should stay. Hold on.
All I'm doing is trying to.
All right, let me finish.
A more rounded.
Let me land.
Let me land. But I'm just explaining myself. I'm just trying to clarify the fact that the system is bigger than the country, my brother.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to say to
what I'm trying to say is that why don't we have a three-pronged approach? Why don't we have a strategy? If you're going to do it here and leave your foot in here, fine. I don't want to do that. Uncle don't want to do that. We've already been through it. So we're saying that white supremacy is a code. It's coded. And if you don't understand the language and the code, you're never going to overthrow or overturn that system here.
A military-industrial
There's a military-industrial complex. But my choice is, I am tired of here. Let me go out. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So my thing is that, why not follow the Marcus Garvey plan? He said to back to Africa. So why are we arguing? Why are we reiterating? Why are we going over? I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you.
I'm touching
I
on
let
the
you all
cohesion.
speak to me for half an hour and I kept my mouth shut.
There's a cohesion there to be
I kept my mouth shut.
There's a cohesion there to be had.
Speak, bro.
You're right.
I was speaking
Now I
and you
want
walked
to
up
land.
behind me.
Now everyone's coming in.
Now go on, my
Let
brother.
me land.
Land your ting, bro.
My choice is not to reinvent the wheel. I want to step out to Africa. I've got my plan.
Because Africa is free of white
And
supremacy.
let me tell you this.
Africa is free of
This
white
is
supremacy.
what's going to free you first. This is what's going to free you first. From all the
Absolutely.
talk,
That's what
that's what's going to free you first.
That's what enslaves you, bro. Yeah,
That's what's going to free you first.
That's what's enslaving you.
Secondly,
You're right.
Secondly,
That point. Carry on.
I'm involved in something called cryptocurrency.
Yes.
It's called Bitcoin.
Yes.
Bitcoin, they can't even trace me where I want to spend and use that money. I've invested in it. I got enough of it.
Who runs Bitcoin, brother?
We know who runs it, but take part of it.
No.
Take shares in it. Who runs Facebook? Are you on Facebook?
No, I'm not.
Is everybody here on Facebook? Put your hand up.
So what?
Is anybody,
So what if you're on
has
Facebook?
anybody
What does
bought
that
any
mean?
shares in it?
What does that mean?
I bought some shares 10 years ago. You
Yeah,
know what it's worth now? Come on, man. We got to wisen up. So I've already got a plan for Africa. This is what I've been doing.
Brother.
Twice a year.
Let them see on the camera.
Twice a year.
Way round, brother.
Leave it, man.
Don't be like that.
Twice a year, I take people out to Africa. You know why? To buy land. Because land is the basis of freedom.
Yes, absolutely.
Land is the basis of freedom. Yeah? We've also got a group of brothers and sisters here, 25, that are putting money in every month so that when we go in November, we can buy a big plot and chop it up.
And then,
so we can have our own community.
And then?
My neighbor don't have to be the Arab or the white man. My neighbor's gonna be you and you and you and you, a gated community.
And then?
And I can only realistically do that in Africa.
And then,
Sorry.
And then what? Like as in you live in this gated community in Gambia, you have your community people.
All right, let me describe what I'm saying then. All right.
Can I come or is it black?
What? No, sir. I'm a Pan-Africanist.
So it's only
So
black
it's just
people.
black.
Why you have gated community?
Because it's only us. Because I don't want the Italians to come in. I don't want the Europeans to come in. I don't want none of else to come in. I'm being straight up black.
I wonder if
Black power. Let me explain this. Let me
to living in a gated community in Gambia.
Let me explain this to you.
Go on, my brother.
In England, we don't have a black community. We got some black neighborhoods. To have a community, you have to have your own school. You have your own places of worship. You have to have your own hospitals. So when somebody's talking about a nation within a nation, you have to have these things as clarity. So when I go to Gambia, I want to build within a community, a gated community with my own hospital, my own place of worship.
Is that what freedom is to you, bro?
I showed you what freedom was.
Is that what freedom
I showed you what freedom was.
Your own hospital, bro.
Money.
No, I showed you money. That's the first thing I showed you. The first thing I showed you was money.
Money is freedom.
I showed you paper.
Money is freedom.
That's my choice.
1 minute.
No.
And I pulled it out.
I'm not criticizing. I'm clarifying.
You know there's
I pulled it out already.
between what the two of you
pulled
are
it out
saying.
already.
You understand?
I showed you already. I don't need to repeat it again. Go back and see the tape.
You know there's cohesion here.
there.
I want to say, look, not to cut you, sir. What it is there's a meeting there where you're talking about stepping up. The reality is Gambia can be invaded at any point. You see here, you have to create an infrastructure and it has to be concurrent at the same time that you're building the land there and purchasing the land.
Thank you.
I can create a movie tomorrow and create legislation, vote in parliament and invade Gambia. Now here, we're in the belly of the beast. We must be erecting institutions at the same time with money, which we have, which is ours, the taxable income, which is how they built Hackney, which is how they built Tottenham. So there is a meeting of minds, and sometimes we get so fervent in our passion that we actually overlook that you can step out of their system here, But you have to step out of their system here first in order to establish a system there. Otherwise, if you're there and isolated, when the movie goes down, you know what happened? We'd be sitting here and we watch Shock and Awe go down on TV. Right. Whoa! Hey, the fireworks. Right. And you'll be there in your gated community.
Going up in flames.
1 minute. Look at Libya now. And when you see that they had gated communities, they had skiing in Libya. So when you had skiing in Libya, go to Libya now, you can ski over scorched earth. True. Using whatever roller skates you want. They had no debt. Don't worry about money, my friend. Don't worry about cryptocurrency doing what you go. Yeah? That's real. Something you can touch.
What happened to my man?
Brother Gaddafi, do you understand the code?
No, it's the woman's stop, no. Forget about code.
What happened to my man?
Forget about it and then code. We can't talk about code. You're talking about
code.
We're talking about Anglo-Saxons, yeah?
Tell them about the
when they want your paper, we're talking about a military-industrial complex for me to tone it down.
What did they do to the Gaddafi?
They set the movie. Yeah. They had black bag ops because it was not legal for them to go in there. Yeah. They armed rebels. Yeah. The rebels who became ISIS because they rebranded and they got a new flag.
Of course.
Let's keep this thing real now. Yeah. And that's what they do. So there is no running.
But basically, did they wipe it out though?
Say that again?
They wiped all of that out, right? All right, cool. So this is what I'm trying to say to you, my brother.
Here we go, there's your cohesion.
This is how fuckeries it is, yeah? You build your gated community in Gambia, and I applaud you. And I will come there, and I will come on holiday and chill with you, rare. However, I will never fool myself to believe that I'm free because I'm in that scenario.
No.
Yeah, and you know what? That is freedom. Even if that is freedom for you and for your money, that's for a limited number of people. And when there's a limited number of people that are free, then the slavery is always around the corner. Yeah?
What is your alternative, sir?
My alternative is that we understand that we need to apply all of this. So what you're saying about money being your key to freedom, I disagree so highly, bruv. Yeah?
It is what we utilize while we're here in the belly of the beast to erect the institution.
But it can also be so easily disregarded.
Can you go to the shop right now without any money?
Huh?
Can you go to the shop right now
without any money
and purchase goods?
No, he's a 6'4" black man. He can steal.
I'd take.
No one can stop him.
I would take. Yeah.
And you'd go to jail and risk your
freedom.
I could go to jail. That is true. I could go to jail for stealing and risk my.
What benefit would be for your family while you're behind bars?
Fam, the fact that I have to pay for something that grows.
How are you going to raise the babies when you're in jail?
I understand. I respect you.
Come on, man.
But what I'm saying
is, we got to think sensibly now and strategically.
Let him finish.
All right. The fact that I have to take money, I have to work a certain amount of hours, yeah? I have to work a certain amount of hours, wait for me to get paid, and then take my money to go and pay somebody to receive something that has grown from the earth naturally and is entitled and is entitled to us for free. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, water.
Who's gonna work for somebody? For that person to pay them. That's what you're
brother,
gonna do.
Listen to what I'm saying to you, bro, man.
He's
talking
about.
No,
he's talking about himself.
No, I'm not. Fam, listen to what I'm saying to you, fam. Yeah. How can you be free if you need to pay for water? If you need to pay to live.
Can we be free here?
Like the brother over there said, yeah. You could be free. You could be.
I'm listening.
I don't even know, bro. I don't know. You know what, fam? To be honest, fam,
I don't pay for water in Africa.
Huh?
I don't pay for water in Africa.
Cool. I get that.
I can live self-sufficient.
Cool. You're paying
but will you have to pay for that here, though?
Bruv, I agree with you. I agree. You go to Africa, the brother has just explained to you, yeah, how fragile your freedom will be in Africa if the powers that be don't like it.
So what do I do?
You understand?
Do I chicken out and don't even make a
I'm not asking you to do that. You can go and do that.
Be a little pump. They are a little cave.
There are people doing that now. There are people doing that now.
So what's the alternative?
But that's not freedom, brother.
Yeah, so is it here
You're living nice.
Is it free here?
I'm not saying it is.
You're not saying it is.
I'm not saying it's freedom here, fam.
We need to be free.
I'm saying we all need to be free as a people.
So I'm using a strategy of my own freedom shared with you.
I'm not knocking down your strategy.
But you're telling me what if?
I already said I will come to you. You came to me with what ifs as well. So my brother, with all respect here, I think that's what human nature does. We question each other on where it goes and how does it hold up to this and how does it hold up to that. You can go to Gambia, you can build your thing, you can live there, but then your brothers and sisters are not free. You understand? So you're living there and you're nice. The rest of the world ain't.
But I'm sharing.
How many of us are going to Gambia?
I'm sharing the dream.
How many of us are going to Gambia?
Who wants to come?
I
can't take everybody. Some of you love her too much. So some of you love the Queen.
So you're getting.
I don't love her.
I don't love the Queen.
Some of you love the Queen. Some of you in love with the Queen.
I don't have a good point. There are people that will stay here because they.
And they
so
are.
I can't get everybody.
Let them stay because, to be honest, my whole thing is.
Rastafari says liberate and repatriate in it. So for I and I right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the gangs to come together, the generals, to come together, try and stop this postcode war to the best of our ability. We might help one child, we might help 1,000. You understand? Try and get something going where we're policing the police. But then just like I and I are looking to get out of here and get to Gambia and live nice and then liberate there as well. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like Gambia needs liberation too?
No, not liberate as in it'll be a different liberation.
Is Gambia a free nation?
It's a different liberation.
It's under white supremacy.
Okay, so
white supremacy is global.
No, but the liberation's different. The liberation's different.
It's like education. You got to educate the people.
Listen. When I talk about liberation in Gambia, we built a school in Gambia and we funded a school and we're looking to fund schools, orphanages, because what we realised with places like Gambia is in the 60s in America, black children couldn't go to schools with white children and the whole world says that's a travesty. But in Gambia right now, there are primary school children that don't have actual access to school. They don't even have access to education. So when we're seeing the poverty in Africa, you understand, we know that's based upon the fact that the opportunities, you get me? So we need to build up the industry and institutions in Africa. So when I'm talking about liberating Africa, it's not like over here where I'm fighting against the system. And even when I'm talking about going to Africa, you see my spirit, I can't stay over here because I'll be doing a life bid. You get me? Because I like this beast, anytime they kill one, it kills me. But when I'm in Gambia, I've got a sense of peace and happiness.
That's
like,
right.
Before I went to Gambia, I used to be very hateful of this country. Like I used to come out my yard and I see one of them businessmen and I used to feel the hate, sickness, you get me? But when I went Gambia, I got back my name, my language, my land, my culture, my Morways, my folkways. So my name is Yaya Jallo. My tribe is Fula, from the village of Badala, Lamin Koto, Sami district, Central River region, the Gambia. So even that, I've got a part of my identity that this system took away from me back, which gives me a sense of self-peace. You know what I'm saying? But we can't help everyone. But I do feel like Rastafari was right when they said liberate then repatriate. You understand? Because us guys, we can't
liberate us in what do you mean?
Liberate where you are.
The minds.
So do
the
what you
minds
can.
and the hearts of the
Do
people.
what you can. So someone works in a school. Yeah. If they've got a black teacher that works in a school, teach all those children their true history to the best of their ability. We had certain black teachers that let us know about certain parts of our history. You understand? If you work in the bank, you don't have to be out here saying, yeah, I'll support Jedi and that. But when Jedi brings out his CD, make sure you support that. Because there's going to be some of our people that are in the system and they want to speak out, but they can't. But they can support us silently, you get me? Because even at the job that we do, I know that there's stigma, there's fight, there's hate. So I don't even expect anyone else to do it. You know, I'm even saying to my people, I'll speak for the people. You man keep on grinding, you lot keep on working. But when it's time to invest in us and us actually build something for the youth, you know, get involved. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
That's right.
Respect. Anything else you want to add, brother?
No, just let you know that we've also got some youth that we're raising up in this country from the ages of 5 up until the age of 10, and then we've got some other youth from 13 to 19. So we do this every week. So it's not like a little talk thing. We're actually putting in some work, putting some hours. We're raising our little princesses, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end of it, we then bring them to Gambia for their rites of passage. Because for you to become men, if there ain't a way that you know how to do it, that you can grow up into a man. A lot of the young men them are coming from single homes, so they've never seen a real man in their home. So what we have a plan to have real men around young men and to raise them up and to get them out of the system, like what you were saying, whether it's your strategy or my strategy. We need a three-pronged approach.
What's the three prongs?
What's the what, sorry?
The three prongs. Right, what's the three?
Well, the three prongs, the first prong was, like you were saying, getting out of the system. Okay. The second prong was going to Africa. Okay. The third prong was some people may just want to go to the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Because some people up to now, they don't understand that they're African. Okay, so I'm not going to try and convince those. I'll educate those and accept
I mean, I
that.
know Africa's a massive continent.
Yeah.
Is there enough space and do the African people want everybody of so-called African heritage go into Africa to set up shop?
Well, I'll tell you what the Honourable Marcus Mosiah Garvey said.
Yeah, yeah.
He said that he doesn't want everybody
to go there,
coming to Africa because some of them have got the mentality of the white man here. He doesn't want them bringing it there, so they might as well stay here. But the capacity for all 54 countries.
Are they like? Are they lost? Are they? Is there?
Well, I'll just.
No, we still need them to fund us.
Let's just say, let's check the stats. If they stay here, what's the likelihood of them getting stopped by the feds? What's the likelihood of them going to jail? What's the likelihood of them dying from diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure thing? The stat says is that if you stay here, you know how your life is going to end up. If you go out there, at least you got the melanin, at least you got the sunshine.
Rises in the morning.
You know, you got.
Do you know how
little freedom? I ain't got police harassing me when I'm in Gambia. When police stop me in Gambia,
that's because you're not Gambian.
Well, I would say. Would you say that?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons is that you are outsider, hopefully bringing money in. I think they respect their tourism trade. So,
I just think generally, the police in Gambia are very respectful.
Respect said the same thing. He also said they've got a very high crime rate, and then a brother.
No.
Low crime rate. My bad. He also said they've got a very low crime rate, and then a brother went and posted an article about the Gambian crime rate, and it was contrary to what Respect was saying. Now we know that they can manipulate statistics and whatnot, but
I've been one of the first brothers to be bringing brothers to that country. And I know that under the previous president, he would not allow a high crime rate. Never. And I know him personally. I know how he stayed. So he had the country in check. So you behave yourself. There's never been a bank robbery in the whole of Gambia, ever.
Gambia is one of the most peaceful countries in the world.
So when they talk about crime rate, there's crime. The highest crime rate is people stealing mobile phones. So if I come with mobile phone, they'll try to steal it.
How does white supremacy affect Gambians?
Because the interaction of black people in Gambia and tourism destroys the culture of Gambia because of the nastiness the Europeans bring to Gambia. And so, because they from Gambia, they don't understand the mindset of the white man, and because the white man uses the poverty situation to take advantage and abuse them.
This is so true.
That's what happens in Gambia.
This is so,
it's sexually exploited, it's religiously exploited because people are coming there setting up their churches and knowing that it's an Islamic country. So there's exploitation all round, brother. You understand?
No, I've definitely seen, old men, and they'll pick up these young girls that ain't got peas, you get me, fam? And you see them going places and you know where they're going. And real talk, blood. Like, one time I even called man out, you get me? And started up a big passer, you get me? And the man had to duck out, you get me? Because you see these old men going out there, fam, and because in England, these old men, they wouldn't stand a chance with a black gal. These kind of young black, no, they wouldn't, fam. These kind of old men, fam, the black girls
they
here,
wouldn't talk to a
these
black
black girls have
woman
got benefits over here. At least they're not even gonna fart on a man like that. But when he goes into Gambia now, he can exploit, blood, and it's some evil sickness, blood. And that thing there needs to be checked. And even if you go into the Gambia police station, there's signs up about it and you get me.
But the thing about it, I'm inviting everybody to go to one African country within their lifetime. Wherever.
To live.
Well, to visit first and foremost, and then eventually, like Marcus Garvey said, repatriate. That's the only way out. Black power.
Anyone else want to add something? Anyone else want to add anything?
Yeah, man. That's it.
Oh, yeah. No. You asked him. Yeah, I heard him answer it like 5 times. Ask him again, sir.
So how are we going to end white supremacy?
The only way you
can... And will we ever end it? What is white supremacy?
All right.
Sorry.
Says the white man. You tell us what white supremacy is.
No, I'm asking you.
No, you tell us.
I don't know.
Sorry, my brother.
I don't know.
This is very interesting.
No,
you tell us. You tell us.
Please don't film me.
What is white supremacy?
Please don't film me. I was asking him.
All right then. Do you know what white supremacy is? But do you know?
No, it is. No, I don't. Tell me.
Pardon?
I don't know.
You have no idea what white supremacy is?
Well, no, I don't know what you mean. Exactly what you mean by it. I don't know exactly what you mean.
Sorry, I can't hear because people are chatting.
I don't know exactly what you mean by it. Please don't film me.
All right, what do you mean by it? What do you take from the term white supremacy? What does it mean to you?
Whites are on top, controlling stuff. I don't know. Huh? Whites are on top, controlling stuff. Is that what
whites are on top, controlling stuff?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Is that what you mean?
There you go.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well, that's
Thank
fine.
you, my
So
brothers,
you-
for that
you're
build.
gonna ask?
Everyone that was involved.
No, well, the man who had the answers disappeared.
All right. Cool. Caught the white man in like he was running. Yeah, my brother, what are you filming for? Who are you filming for? Who are you working for, man? I never see you down there.